We're going to take a look at a very unique home right now. This is the Net Zero Iconic Home. We worked with Marc La Liberté of Construction Instruction on this home. So this is again, he's from Construction Instruction. This is out in Phoenix, Arizona. He's a prominent figure in the building community, and he wanted a high performance home. Net zero, it's not just a buzzword. This is something that a lot of builders, architects, a lot of homeowners are going to aspire to. So we wanted to be able to do that with a beautiful aesthetic, and again, integrating the technology, doing it right so that it's not going to take over that space. So just to give you an idea, so a sustainable net zero energy building, it's designed to produce at least as much renewable energy as it consumes on an annual basis. So it must produce 1 unit of energy for each unit of energy it consumes over the course of a year. With this, it's a building that is designed to reduce the required energy with the balance of energy needs supplied by on-site renewable energy technology. So we're able to integrate there. This was featured in the iconic Life magazine. All of the proceeds for this house, for the sale of this house, go to the Arizona Service Project. That's a nonprofit in Arizona where they have specific communities where they provide remodeling resources and building resources for that community so that they don't have as big of a homeless problem as they used to. So it really is great to work with them there. Some of the partners we have there, we worked with AFT Construction, Marc La Liberté with Construction Instruction, Cosen Studios, and you'll see that full list there. They're really great partners to work with. And again, so the driving force behind this house was to have, to produce as much energy as it was going to consume. So one of the most basic things that we did, well, not us, but the builder did, was take special note of the orientation of the space, because there's only so much the technology can do to help kind of that delta between the energy consumed and produced. So we maximized the north and the south exposures and minimized the east and the west. To reduce the electrical lighting, the concept of daylighting really was huge here. So you'll see here on the right, you'll see on the left, so the windows are almost floor to ceiling. Those are raised ceilings. So on your standard ceiling, that would be floor to ceiling. And you see here on your right, so to kind of mitigate that delta, those are automated louvers out there, so that when the sun is hitting at a specific angle, those louvers are going to shift so that in certain times of the year, and I didn't realize this, but it actually does get cold in Arizona, so it can take advantage of that passive heat. Depending on what time of the year we're in and what time of the day it is, it knows exactly what to do because of the custom programming. So those louvers are going to shift so that in the wintertime, when it's cooler out, it's going to take advantage of that passive heat. And then when it knows that when it's summertime and we want to block all of that out as best we can, it's going to also adjust for that.
It's based on time of year or sensing?
Well, it's time of year. So so our processors actually have an astronomical clock feature, so it knows exactly, because sunset, sunrise is going to vary dependent on time of day, time of year, and such.
Yeah.
So so with that astronomical clock feature that we have, it's automatically going to know that, and it's going to accommodate for that within the space.
And it's programming in what direction?
Exactly. Yeah.
In conjunction with the astronomical clock.
Correct.
And that figures it all out.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of back end.
That's an algorithm.
Yeah, there's a lot of back end, but I mean, how simple is this for this homeowner? They have to do literally nothing. Yeah. They don't have to touch a button unless they want to override the system and say, I would like it a little bit brighter, a little bit warmer in here. They can override that, but they don't have to do anything. They don't have to have a dealer, a programmer come out 4 times a year to make those adjustments for them. Gotcha. So again, on the back end, there's a lot going on, but on the front end for that end user, they need to do absolutely nothing. So just another shot of, just how much light can possibly be into this space and how much we had to accommodate that. There's also, I don't know if I show it in the next slide. So yes, you'll see here that there's so much light. They really wanted to take advantage of the natural light. So this again is in Arizona. It's set into the desert. So they don't have a lot of close neighbors. So they don't have to worry about privacy all that much, but they wanted to take advantage of the light while still maintaining net zero status. So you'll see here, so we do have a fireplace here. We can actually adjust it so the light, or I'm sorry, so the heat that's dissipated from there can either go outside in the warmer months when they wanted to just enjoy the aesthetic and that cozy feeling of the fireplace, but they didn't want to be assaulted with that additional heat when the Arizona sun is already, heating them. Or they can switch that so that that heat that comes off of that fireplace is going to help warm the space.
Can I ask a question of the audience for a second? Who is building net zero homes now or thinks they will be in the next 3 to 5 years? One,
So we have some.
two, okay.
Yeah, I mean, energy efficiency, sustainability, again, these are not just buzzwords. These are things that if you've not encountered them yet, you'll have these conversations
Well,
soon.
I'm hearing about the intersection of net zero with tech home, right?
Absolutely.
Things like healthy homes, like we could have a lot of things blowing and a lot of fans going and blow our energy ratings if we don't manage that stuff
Yeah.
effectively. So I think there is an intersection coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'll see. So in this particular home, so we had the outside louvers that are going to help mitigate that, the passive heat outside. We have shades integrated within this space, and you'll see there was a lot of careful planning, a lot of pre-planning here. So it's a very, very clean look. They wanted that clean aesthetic, and just to be able to take advantage of the beautiful view that they have. There's a very clean look, but there are shades integrated there. So again, some protection from that passive heat from the Arizona sun. We have lighting controls here. So we have photo sensors in this space. So they can actually, so they know when the lighting is at a certain light level that's pre-programmed along with the homeowner. So we know that they want it at a certain level at all times. And then there's also, not in this particular house, but in many houses, we actually have a governor on our lighting controls where it's not perceptible to the naked eye, but you can actually have a governor so that your lights are never going to go above 90%. So that extra 10% that you're not, using it for that intensity, it's literally not perceptible to the naked eye, and it's a lot of energy savings there.